Aquarius 5, a council of ancestors. When considering the value of a person, the value of oneself, one of the most important questions to ask is this: am I true to my values? Is this person an authentic representation of principles by which they live? And even though we can have friends and colleagues who are unprincipled or whose principles differ from our own, that's just an expedient so that we can get by in life. We actually choose the people to be with closely, with whom we share values. And when we're talking about values, we're talking about, are they kind? Are they truthful? Are they honest? Can you trust them not to steal the crockery? Are they respectful? Are they considerate? You know, there's certain values that we look for in people, and each of us looks for a different batch of values. And this is the outer projection of our own developing sense of what values we stand for. And we can't really develop any inner sense of who we are unless we decide what we are. They're very similar ideas. And we don't know what we are except by comparison to what somebody else is. And this is not measured by behavior. This is measured by qualities. We might consider ourselves more or less intelligent than someone else, more or less kind, more or less adventurous, whatever. But we do need to compare ourselves to someone else in order to have any idea about this at all. So, without a set of values, we are not going to know who we are because we don't know what we are. So we need to develop those values. And in fact, we can see that congregation of values and ideas about how to behave, therefore, in certain situations. If somebody's in pain, then we'll help them out. We'll give them care. We'll take them to a doctor. If somebody's hungry, we'll share our bread with them. You know, there's certain things that we do as a result of our values. So these values stand as the foundation beneath our feet. This is what we stand on. Who are we? What are we? What are our values? We stand on that and we build our life upon that. Now, we can change them. The foundation is there for us to start with, and then maybe we develop different values. But we have to start with some set of values. Where do we get them from? And herein is the answer to that question, the council of ancestors. That's where they come from. Our value system comes from our ancestors. We are taught by our parents, by their behavior. If we were looked after by different people than our parents, then those people, grandparents or other relationships or adoptive parents or whatever, those are the people that give us our values. The earliest access to ancestors comes through parents, basically. And the parents inherited their values from their parents and so on, and it goes back generation after generation. Now, the council of ancestors. Council is formed by a specially chosen smaller group of wise people, we imagine. You don't imagine a council of ancestors to be young, do you? They're my age. They're kind of white-bearded men and women who are not concerned with beauty anymore. They're concerned with wisdom, or at least the beauty of being rather than form. So we're talking about elders who have moved away from the distractions of youth, away from the ambitions that go along with that, and the romantic aspects of life, and the silliness that you often need time to grow out of. So this council of ancestors, they're elders, they're wise enough to debate what is good and what is not good, and to instruct the youngsters as to their findings. This is the principle. And we would look for that principle in our current day community, and we won't find it. It's not there. What we have instead is a group of politicians, and so on, and they're not doing that. Where do we look for our guidance on the matter of morality? Well, we tend to look to the priesthood, don't we? And we ask the priests to tell us what's the best way to be. And some of them are really alive in the current moment. That they interpret their teachings in the context of today, here and now, today's environment, today's attitudes. They have kept up to date. And I'm talking about the very, very exceptional ones. Most of them are regurgitating stuff that's come from a long time ago and has been crystallized and therefore robbed of life by copying what was done before verbatim, thinking that the Word of God, what a strange idea, written in a Bible, I mean, how on earth could anybody ever think that the Word of God could be captured in words on paper? But that was written some time ago, and that's still valid today. It's absurd, isn't it? So we do lack the counsel of ancestors, and we need to recreate that somehow. We need to find the courage as elders now. I'm talking to my own age group when I talk here, that we need to actually get together and to form again these councils of elders and to advise the youngsters that we have had these experiences and these feelings and thoughts are now what we feel, and let them make up their own minds whether that's useful for them. It would be wrong to instruct a youngster into how to be, even if that youngster is your child. It's just wrong. Tell them what you've experienced and how you feel about it and what you think, by all means. But the idea that they should think the same way that we do, that's what causes the problem. That's not the answer to any problem.